throughout the year at Omaha Children's Museum, but to use an old 80s term, this is pretty sweet.
Pretty.
Did you ever use that word?
I use sweet right now.
Oh, do you?
I guess
back.
it's been back for a while. I use
knew
sweet all the time. Well, the museum is opening its first ever nationally touring exhibit, and you get to check it out before the rest of the country does.
I knew I was on the cutting edge all the time. Kim Reiner is here. She's going to give us a scoop on all that.
Right.
Do you use the word sweet?
I do, of course.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
I don't think sweet ever left.
It did for a while. Yeah, you said it back in the early 2000s. You were out.
Yeah.
This is pretty sweet. The Forever Forest exhibit. What is this?
So this kind of explores trees and how we get them into our house, the products that we use. And so we teach children what trees do, how we harvest them, and then how we get them to our house, to the products they play with, like wooden toys. And so it teaches them forestry, transportation, and home building, all sorts of things.
Now, before we get too far, I want to talk about what I have in my hand. There's a lot of bugs in here. There's some termites and in a piece of wood. Explain to the audience, I don't know if they'll be able to see the bugs, but what am I holding here?
So you have a termite colony, and so part of the exhibit has a few of these cuts of wood, and children come and look at the termites digging through the wood and identify different types. There's, I think, 4 types of termites.
Okay.
There's a queen in there.
And the termites have burrowed through all of this wood. They've done all that damage right there. And then it's cool because on the outside they've left some sort of residue.
Right.
What is that? What are they doing?
Well, they don't like light, and so they're putting pieces of wood to block the light out.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's fascinating to watch these.
So this is just one of the things that kids can learn. What are some of the other standout pieces in the exhibit?
So we have a mini home that they can help build, and so it kind of teaches them a little bit about construction. There's the treetop climber.
That looks like a lot of fun for me.
It is. There's a slide. So there's the house, and kids can put siding on it. They can put shingles on it. They can build, put flooring down. And they just kind of add to the house every day, and it's
that's really hands-on. I mean, where do you get to do that unless you have that in your backyard, which most people do not. So that sounds like fun.
Right. And there's a little toddler area to kind of keep kids under 3 where they can have their own space to play, and there's a little home there too. And we have, the exhibit is about 10,000 square feet. The traveling part of it is 2,000 square feet.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. So you're going to be in Omaha until April.
Until April.
It starts tomorrow.
Yes.
And then you're going on your first ever national tour. Right. How did you get that opportunity, and explain the whole process?
So we were approached by some foresters and some people at the wood lumber industry, and they wanted to share kind of what they do and teach children that it's important. We use wood every day, and this is how we can do it sustainably. It's a renewable resource. And kids don't know where the wood's coming from. They just assume it's from a store like Home Depot. But they wanted to teach kids that we can cut down trees and replant them and use this wood in our homes, in your schools, in your gum that you chew. It's all from the trees.
Right. Tell us a little bit more. You started talking about how this exhibit here, it's a touring exhibit, but a good chunk of that was developed here in Omaha, and that's different than what other people are going to see around the country.
Right. So we have exhibit builders here, and so they built about 2/3 of the exhibit in-house, and so that'll stay here. But the 2,000 square feet that travels, it's the treetop climber, the mini house that they can construct, a table where they can build homes and drive cars around. That's all going to start touring in April, and it'll go first to the Magic House in St. Louis, and then it'll go to a Children's Museum in Minnesota, and we're planning on having it travel for about 10 years. And so this is our first time.
10 years.
So this exhibit has to be packed up and loaded in a semi, and it has to be able to sustain thousands of kids climbing on it for 10 years. So it's
congratulations. I mean, that's very really exciting. Cool. But Forever Forest isn't the only special exhibit in the museum this month. So what else do you have going on?
October's busy. So we have Cobweb Castle, and that's our annual Halloween exhibit. It's a haunted house, but not scary because it's got to appeal to
kid-friendly.
Kid-friendly, exactly. So that's going through Halloween, and we have a couple Halloween activities. There's healthy trick-or-treat nights, so this coming Tuesday, and then again on the 27th. We stay open, we're open late, and then kids can get healthy treats and non-food treats throughout the exhibit. And then we have an adult night, so it's a Harry Potter themed night called Escape from Azkaban. And it's October 28th, and a lot of people dress up for it. We have costume contests during
Well, you gotta
And
dress
it's
up.
a lot of fun. Are you a Harry Potter fan or?
I am not. You know, I saw the first movie. I've never read the books, but I call them potheads. I'm not a pothead.
So this is huge.
Because they're
though.
super fans.
It
They're like
is.
such
It's
super
sold
fans.
out last year.
And I really should. It's one of those things that I want to do. In the beginning, I didn't want to give in to the trend, but now I gotta watch them.
Right.
Right.
They're great.
I gave
movies,
into it
know.
too. Like just last year, I started reading
like
it.
So
I haven't seen one yet.
you haven't?
No,
Oh,
not
I
one.
figured you had with kids. and
it
stuff,
is
but-
No, I haven't. Halloween. Are you guys doing anything on the 31st for Halloween? Do you do
We'll be
anything?
open, and
Yeah.
so we'll have Cobweb Castle, and that's probably the extent of what we'll be doing.
Yeah, most people are out trick or treating, so it's not a huge night at the museum, but
No,
you
so
do
we'll
have
close
some-
at regular time, and so they'll be just more like children during the day playing. But our fun stuff is
Yeah.
the 17th and 24th.
Well, we're all talking about Forever For Us right now because it opens tomorrow at the Omaha Children's Museum. It's part of this national touring exhibit that's going to hit the road in April.
Right.
Very
Right there,
exciting.
342-6164. OCM.org is the website you can go to for all this information. And you
This
still
is so intriguing. I could sit
Yeah, you
here
saw
and
these
watch
termites
these. I mean,
running
termites are
around
pretty gross, but this is very. I mean, look at this little tiny one, and I mean, this is
It is
really
cool. That is cool.
Thanks for bringing that
To watch them
on.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot
so
for coming.
much.
Thank you.
Well,